Would you like to learn how to be more disciplined with money, more disciplined with food and basically everything in life? If so, then make sure to stay to the very end because this is the video for you. Hey, it's Scandinavian Bob here. This channel is all about how to crush your anxiety and becoming a warrior in your own life by learning smart self-improvement tips, cool biological hacks and optimizing your health. So if this sounds interesting, then hit the subscribe button right now and let's start with today's video. Alright, so how to be more disciplined in life. If you remember only one thing from this video, make sure it's the following words. The strongest force in the human personality is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. Now what does this mean? Well, it means that our brains will always make us do the things that goes in line with how we picture ourselves and our personalities. It means that you can always start doing, for example, new and healthy things, but after a while you will probably fall back to doing the behaviors that are indicative of the way you view yourself as a person. This is important to understand if we want to change ourselves. For example, I have sometimes smoked cigarettes in short periods of my life, but I have never had any problem quitting because I strongly view myself as a non-smoker, and the periods when I did smoke was just an exception to my normal life. So stopping again falls perfectly in line with the way I view myself. Let's take another example of when this works against you. Let's say John is trying to cut down on alcohol, but he has always been partying hard on weekends, and he says, well, I'm going to try to cut down now, but I have always been letting loose on weekends because, well, I'm a party animal, that's just the way I am. It's clear that John sees himself as a party animal, and as long as he has this picture of himself, he is most likely going to struggle with his ambition to become healthier, and his days of moderation is probably going to end pretty soon. So in order to become more disciplined, we also have to change the way we define ourselves. Now this can be a bit tricky if we have a track record that points to the opposite, but it's 100% doable by starting with small steps, creating new track records for ourselves. It's going to take more effort in the beginning, but as soon as you get the ball rolling, it becomes easier. Every day brings a bunch of choices, and first you simply have to become aware of them. The first one is usually when the alarm clock goes off in the morning. Do you hit the snooze button or do you get up right away? That's a perfect example. Now for every choice that requires willpower you run into during the day, know that you are choosing between two pains, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Make an effort to start choosing the pain of discipline, and then here's the trick. Be sure to note it down in a journal at the end of the day. Write down the good choices you made. So why is this important? Well, because when you write it down, you are creating a new track record for yourself, and you can see it right there on the paper in front of you as clear evidence. By doing this, it won't take long before you start picturing yourself as a person with pretty good self-discipline, and as you remember, the strongest force in the human personality is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. So this means it now becomes much easier to be disciplined in life because the laws of psychology simply dictates that you automatically becomes driven to be disciplined because that's the way you are picturing yourself. Here is one more trick to help you on the way. Research has found that intention wins over motivation. There was a study that divided a couple of hundred people into different groups. One group frequently got hammered with motivational text on how beneficial exercise is for health, self-esteem and all those good things. And sure enough, they got motivated to exercise. Then another group was instructed to always write down exactly what day of the week they were going to exercise, what kind of exercise, and exactly how many minutes they were going to do it. So the experiment went on for many weeks, and over time it became clear that even if the first group, the motivation group, was motivated every now and then, it didn't help that much as motivation tends to come and go. And the second group, the intention group, had done much more exercise hours at the end of the test. So what can we learn from this? Well, that if you have something that you consider to be important, it would be a very good idea to every night before you go to bed write down exactly what you are going to do the following day and when and where. By doing this, you will increase your chances of actually following through. Start doing these tips and it won't take long until you are a disciplined beast and you will start doing what you set out to do instead of so often getting disappointed at yourself. Alright, that's it for today. If you want to maximize your life by crushing anxiety, optimizing health and learning smart self-improvement tips and all kinds of cool life hacks, then consider subscribing for more videos by pressing the subscribe circle right here. And also press the little bell icon to make sure you get notified when there's a new video coming out. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out. Keep going and stay strong.